Hey everyone! Today we're diving into the hilarious world of cat and dog humor and exploring why their instincts make us laugh uncontrollably, even when we're trying our hardest not to. There's something universally funny about our furry companions that transcends language, culture, and even time. From ancient Egyptian cat worship to modern-day pet TikToks, humans have always found animal antics absolutely hilarious. Let's start with our canine friends. Dogs are pack animals with instincts that evolved over thousands of years and somehow became comedy gold in our homes. First up, there's the infamous guilty dog face. You know the one. Those huge puppy eyes, ears pinned back, maybe hiding behind furniture after they've destroyed your favorite shoes. What's happening here is fascinating. Dogs aren't actually feeling guilt as we understand it. They're displaying appeasement behaviors in response to your change in body language and tone. They're essentially saying, "Please don't be mad at me, pack leader." But our human brains interpret this as a perfect comedy routine of guilt, shame, and adorable remorse. Then there's the infamous zoomies, those random bursts of energy where your dog suddenly decides to run laps around your house at top speed for no apparent reason. This is actually your dog releasing pent-up energy, but to us, it looks like they've completely lost their minds. The contrast between their usual behavior and this sudden chaos triggers our laughter response, especially when they drift around corners like furry race cars. And who can forget the head tilt? When your dog cocks their head to the side while you're talking to them. Dogs do this to better locate the source of an interesting sound and to see your face better. But to us, it looks like they're saying, "Excuse me, human? Could you repeat that? I'm not sure I understood your nonsense." The appearance of confusion and curiosity in such a human-like gesture creates an instant comedy connection. Then there's the classic howl response. Whether it's to a siren passing by or your amateur violin practice, something about certain sounds triggers that ancient wolf instinct in even the smallest dogs. Researchers believe dogs howl as a social bonding mechanism. Essentially, they're singing along. What makes it even funnier is how seriously they take it. Look at that face. This isn't just noise making, this is their life's passion. And let's not forget the endless tail chase, a behavior so nonsensical yet so committed that it's impossible not to laugh. Sometimes dogs do this out of boredom or excess energy, but the determined look on their face as they pursue this impossible to catch prey is comedy gold. The best part? When they get dizzy but just refuse to give up the chase. The determination in the face of such a clearly futile endeavor is something we can all relate to. And while we're on the topic of dogs' instincts, the sleep behaviors are a gold mine of humor. The running in place, the little yips, the twitching paws, they're actually acting out their dreams. Their brains don't fully paralyze their muscles during REM sleep like ours do, so we get front row seats to whatever chase scene or squirrel encounter they're dreaming about. And when they wake up startled by their own dream, pure comedy. Now, onto our feline friends, nature's perfect comedians who never intended to be funny at all. Cats are predators who pride themselves on grace, precision, and dignity, which is exactly why it's so hilarious when they completely mess up a simple jump. The disconnect between their intended majesty and the reality of their fail is comedy perfection. And notice what happens immediately after the "I meant to do that" groom. Cats will make a mistake and instantly start grooming themselves as if to say, "What fall? I was planning to sit right here and clean myself all along." This denial of their own embarrassment mirrors human behavior so perfectly that we can't help but laugh. Then there's the cucumber scare videos. While I don't recommend doing this to your cat, these videos showcase cats' instinctive fear response to something that looks like a snake. Their dramatic overreaction, jumping several feet in the air from a standing position, is a perfect example of instinct overriding reason. And my personal favorite, the deliberate object push. A cat slowly, methodically pushing your glass off the table while maintaining direct eye contact with you. This isn't just random mischief. Cats are literally testing gravity and exploring their environment. They're conducting physical experiments at the expense of your belongings, and the casual nonchalance with which they do it is pure comedy. The "if I fits, I sits" phenomenon deserves special mention. A cat's determination to squeeze into a container clearly too small for its body defies logic but satisfies some deep feline instinct. From boxes to bowls to vases, even printers and shopping bags, cats will contort themselves into the most uncomfortable looking positions just to fit inside. Researchers suggest this might stem from their wild ancestors seeking enclosed spaces for security, but the absurd extremes house cats take it to is what makes us laugh. Then there's the infamous 3 a.m. zoomies, that magical hour when your cat decides that galloping across your sleeping body, knocking over lamps, and howling to ancient cat gods is absolutely necessary. Cats are crepuscular hunters, meaning they're naturally most active at dawn and dusk. But our house cats have adapted this to even less convenient schedule of sleep 16 hours while humans are awake and reenact The Exorcist while humans are sleeping. The contrast between their daytime sloth and nighttime chaos is a comedy of timing. And what about that bizarre chattering sound cats make when they see prey they can't catch? That rapid-fire jaw movement with strange clicking sounds? Zoologists believe that this might be a frustration response or even an instinctive killing bite reflex. But whatever the scientific explanation, watching your refined house cat suddenly transform into this chittering, frustrated hunter because a bird dared to exist outside your window will never not be funny. And we can't forget the crazy eyes that appear right before a cat attack. Those dilated pupils, that butt wiggle, the momentary freeze, and then chaos. It's a perfect comedy setup and punchline played out in feline form. When cats and dogs interact, we get a whole new level of comedy, a clash of fundamentally different instincts and communication styles. Dogs are social and direct. They bow to indicate play. They wag their tails when happy. Cats are subtle and independent. They slow blink to show affection. They twitch the tip of their tail when annoyed. It's like watching an extrovert try to befriend an introvert at a party. Dogs are baffled by how much cats groom themselves. You just cleaned that spot 5 minutes ago. What could possibly have happened since then? Meanwhile, cats can't understand why dogs broadcast their emotions so obviously. A wagging tail to a dog means happiness, but to a cat, tail movement is often irritation. No wonder they're constantly misinterpreting each other. And their different reactions to common stimuli create perfect comedy setups. The doorbell rings. The dog acts like the apocalypse has arrived, while the cat doesn't even open its eyes. The vacuum comes out. The dog attacks it as a mortal enemy, while the cat has already calculated and executed the most efficient escape route. Even mealtime showcases their different approaches to life. The dog bounces around like you're providing the first meal they've seen in weeks. The cat examines the offering with suspicion, as if you might be trying to poison them, despite it being the exact same food they've eaten for years. But why exactly do these instinctive behaviors make us laugh so hard? There are a few fascinating theories. First, there's the incongruity theory of humor, the idea that we laugh when there's a mismatch between our expectations and reality. When your dignified cat suddenly acts like an Olympic gymnast to avoid a cucumber, that's incongruity at work. Our brains expect one thing, a calm, collected predator, and get another, a fur missile launching 4 feet vertically. That cognitive disconnect triggers laughter as our brains process the surprising information. There's also the superiority theory, the slightly mean-spirited but honest idea that we sometimes laugh at others' misfortunes. When your dog gets its head stuck in a big empty chip bag, you laugh first, then help. Sorry, not sorry. This is why the cone of shame is such a reliable source of humor. We know they're not actually hurt, but their temporary navigational difficulties give us a moment of feeling superior. I would never get stuck in a doorway because of my neck accessories. And finally, there's relief theory, the idea that laughter releases tension. When your dog barks ferociously at the doorbell, then runs away from the delivery person, the contrast between their tough guy act and actual cowardice releases our tension through laughter. This same principle explains why we laugh when a cat gets stuck behind its own reflection, or a dog is terrified by a harmless object. The buildup of anticipation and threat, followed by the realization that there was never any danger, creates a perfect laughter trigger. Neurologically speaking, when we witness these funny pet moments, our brain's reward center lights up. The neurotransmitter dopamine is released, giving us that pleasurable feeling associated with laughter. Our bodies literally reward us for finding animal antics funny. It's a biological imperative to laugh at your cat's failed jump. And the contagious nature of laughter means that when we see others laughing at animal behaviors, we're primed to find them funny too. It's why animal compilation videos rack up millions of views. We're all tapping into the shared experience of finding animal instincts hilarious. One reason we find our pets so consistently funny is that they often embody perfect comedy archetypes, personality types that have made humans laugh for centuries. Some pets are natural-born drama queens. The slightest inconvenience is treated as a catastrophic event. This husky isn't just mildly disappointed that petting time is over. It's experiencing an existential crisis, complete with vocalizations that sound suspiciously like human words of complaint. And this cat isn't just hungry. It's performing a one-act play titled, "No one has fed me in 17 years, despite having a visible bowl of food 2 feet away. Then there's the overenthusiastic friend, the pet that has no concept of appropriate energy levels for different situations. You weren't gone for 3 years. You took out the trash. You were gone for 45 seconds. But this reaction makes us laugh because we all secretly wish someone was this genuinely thrilled to see us after a brief absence. Some pets appear to be deeply contemplating the meaning of existence, creating an unintentionally hilarious contrast with their simple lives. This cat isn't just looking out the window, it's having a profound realization about the nature of reality. At least, that's the story we tell ourselves when we see that intense, 1,000-yard stare. And let's not forget about the rebels, the pets that seem to break rules purely for the joy of rebellion. The direct eye contact while slowly knocking over a vase you just said not to touch isn't just disobedience, it's a power move. And something about their deliberate defiance strikes us as both infuriating and hilarious. But there's something deeper at work too. We laugh at cats and dogs because we see ourselves in them. Their mistakes, quirks, and bizarre behaviors mirror our own human condition. When a cat tries to act cool after falling, aren't they just like us trying to maintain dignity after tripping in public? When a dog gets overexcited about dinner time, aren't they expressing the same enthusiasm we feel about our favorite foods? Our pets have lived alongside humans for thousands of years, and in that time, we've developed a unique ability to read and interpret each other's behaviors. We understand their social cues, and they understand ours, or at least they try to. This co-evolution created a special relationship where we can both misunderstand each other in hilarious ways. Like when you pretend to throw a ball and your dog searches frantically for it. They're not stupid. They've just evolved to trust you implicitly. The betrayal on their face when they realize you still have the ball isn't just funny, it's a window into their cognitive processes. Studies have shown that pet owners and their animals often mirror each other's personality traits over time. So when we laugh at our pets, we might actually be laughing at exaggerated versions of ourselves. The French philosopher Henri Bergson suggested that laughter serves as a social corrective. We laugh at behaviors that deviate from social norms as a way to encourage conformity. But with our pets, we laugh at these deviations with pure joy rather than judgment. Their freedom from human social expectations is exactly what makes them so refreshing and funny. From an evolutionary standpoint, our ability to find animal behavior amusing might actually serve an important purpose. Anthropologists suggest that laughter evolved as a social bonding mechanism. When early humans laughed together, it fostered group cohesion and trust. This same mechanism may have been repurposed to strengthen bonds with the animals we domesticated. When we laugh at our pets, oxytocin, the bonding hormone, is released, strengthening our attachment to them. This stronger bond would have been evolutionarily advantageous for both species. Dogs that have made humans laugh might have received better care, and humans with animal companions had better hunting outcomes and protection. In other words, finding animal behavior funny might be an evolutionary adaptation that helps secure our mutually beneficial relationship with these species over thousands of years. Interestingly, while animal humor is universal, the specific behaviors we find funny can vary across cultures. In Japan, there's a particular fondness for videos of cats in boxes or tight spaces, reflecting cultural values around organization and contained spaces. American audiences tend to gravitate toward videos showing mischief or destruction, perhaps reflecting our cultural appreciation for rebellion and individualism. But across all cultures, certain fundamental elements remain consistently funny. The contrast between animal dignity and clumsiness, their earnest misunderstandings of human environments, and their unfiltered emotional responses. So why can't we stop ourselves from laughing even when we try? It comes down to authenticity. In our highly curated, often artificial modern world, our pets remain wonderfully, refreshingly genuine. Their behaviors aren't calculated or performed. They're pure instinct and honest reaction. In a world where so much is staged or filtered, that authenticity is both rare and deeply appealing. And there's something profoundly comforting about seeing another species experience the same emotional states we do. Embarrassment, excitement, confusion, fear, but without the complex human baggage we carry. It's like watching a simpler version of our own experiences played out in fur. Our pets remind us of a way of being that we often forget, fully present in the moment, unembarrassed by natural functions, excited about simple pleasures, and completely honest in their reactions. Their freedom from self-consciousness is both enviable and hilarious to creatures as chronically self-aware as humans. When we laugh at our pets, we're not just enjoying their antics, we're momentarily freed from our own complicated human existence. We're reminded that sometimes the simplest instinctive responses are the most authentic. And perhaps most importantly, our laughter isn't mean-spirited. It's a form of love. We don't laugh at our pets because we think less of them. We laugh because their unfiltered existence brings pure joy into our lives. It's a celebration of the beautiful, absurd reality of sharing our homes with a different species. Whether it's a dog chasing its tail or a cat getting spooked by its own reflection, animal humor reminds us not to take life too seriously. Our pets don't worry about looking silly, and maybe that's something we could learn from them. So next time your cat attacks an invisible enemy or your dog barks at their own fart, remember, you're witnessing pure, unfiltered life in action. And that's always going to be funny, no matter how evolved we think we are. The beauty of animal humor is its timelessness. As long as cats misjudge jumps and dogs get overexcited about squirrels, humans will be doubled over with laughter. It's one of the purest forms of cross-species communication we have. They make us laugh without even trying. In a world that can sometimes feel divided, the universal humor we find in our pets' instinctive behaviors unites us. No matter our age, background, or culture, a dog sliding across a freshly waxed floor or a cat startled by its own tail can bring a smile to our faces. If you enjoyed this deep dive into why animal instincts make us laugh, hit that subscribe button and share your funniest pet moments in the comments below. What does your pet do that always cracks you up? Until next time, keep laughing at those furry comedians. They may not get the joke, but they're definitely in on it.